na ya brantie bi efe no Oliver eba Ghana na obedru Ghana no ensem bi a watwetwe wo internet so e de amane e beto no so ama sisi ya yekase okopie mu e wo court na court e de eye ho nsem aba betudwa eno ho nkomo ene ye ba bedi ni nyina ne se court ekodru ho no okodidi atem bi wo ho ekone judge na ekoyi ano baabai bi ama yesan de ne kokotwie mu se onkohyem na omo embra in the next 2 weeks na oba na so mutimi mani bill na ho nsem no enso edadwa obetimi do nso comment aba afa video we ho ya asem wo Ghana o. Okay, eti maame kan eye krata anase ade property nti a ema eye Oliver yesan edine ko ye so onkonko hwe aban kukum kakra na yensan fa ne mra no. Judge sacks Barker Vormawor from court. There was a pendulum in court on Monday, February 28, during the second trial of the fifth the country convener, Oliver Barker Vormawor. The accused was sacked from courtroom after defying the orders of the presiding judge, Her Ladyship Eleanor Benz. Whilst magistrate explained why the accused could not be granted bail in her court, the accused Oliver Vormawor injected, telling the court that they had not asked for bail. Eleanor Benz asked the accused to be silent and only speak when he had been permitted to. Oliver Vormawor continued to rant and added that the court hasn't clothed itself in glory. Say Eno Okaye. He further described the court as a kangaroo court and a sham. The magistrate ordered the accused to escort from the court premises while the case continued. Counsel for Oliver Barker Vormawor, Justice Ramsey, begged the judge to temper justice with mercy following the exchange between his client and the bench. The magistrate ruled for Oliver Barker Vormawor to be remanded for another 2 weeks to reappear before court on March 15th. And to say in the kosi ewo quarter, Oliver Vormawor yadeno akọ asan akọ akohyem se onkọhye kakra na onsan embra na yenhwe kwan ebefa so se ebeyi no osi enyi no eno ewo agyagyefo ensem na osi free ne van ne mu aba abonten no na otonyom ekire Ghana for se omo arise Ghana youth for your country. For your country, the nation demands your Okay, enti in some say anana oka ewo ni video nim emra na opie afri eye van ni mu akokọ to ho no na yeyi no afri wo se ompie abonten na eja omfri court ho enkohye baabi na omonto omo case ni tama na omo yi no apie no ni nyina ne se okoka se court ho no nsem bi ko so ani anye ho no ayi no adini pie no na che se enye asem ketoa opie abonten no so na se ya na ade no so etiotim se security aye tighter enya asem ketoa. We stand by you. You are hero. Okay, we time one na Oliver Vormawor yede no akwa kan mu na ye kire ni se nsem wo kan wo court no court a judge wo tena se na ni nyi hunto mpie no omonto om case so na yi ni epie ye no eno na wahwe no na ye remanded no ekohyem for another 2 weeks no afede fix the country for omo ba ho no na omo to anwum bi efa asem no ho ye ntie anwum na fix the country for so eto. Okay, eti na omoto we are going, heaven knows where we are going. You know we will get there. Eno sana na omoto. No mu wie no nkofo mu ba face the country ni bi edwomanu di etutu dwa.
I think Ghanaians are beginning to realize that Oliver is for Ghana and whatever he said was for ordinary Ghanaian. And whatever intimidations Ghanaian government, I mean Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's government is doing possible to make sure that they would frustrate him, they would let him keep quiet, for him not to talk again, is getting vegan. All right, so we are going to make sure that we stand very strong and defend him in everything he's doing. But what we can say finally to all the people of this country is that the government and the people in office are doing everything possible to make sure that they keep the ordinary Ghanaian in the dark, and for whoever that rise up to enlighten the Ghanaian citizen, he will go through this. So Oliver is aware of everything that he is going through now. Now I think Ghanaians are beginning to realize that.
Okay, and in some say, Anna opinion ekai, or you obviously chi, Kasa HDM, do not so nebu and just why a course or quarter.
Unim say harm, Wontumi grant in the bill. So I didn't know way and way up and down, or harm. It is only Barker Tiawa. You have every right to talk. So when him say Wontumi grant in the pan bill or harm, now way and way up and down. So I went to my old bass, Nibuefu. What the air, no, Yana my way, what fan and Bebun Wobufu, ever mining. Say most Mona Moka Sam brand Namunimum bra. You should go according to the law. You shouldn't abuse the law. Jamu Yamu abuse the Oliver, no human rights way.
Okay, it is some say Anna face the country for no be a muko PMO hono, and so edited to ja, a fa a ya someone putting a cosie, a quarter hono. Na and see ewa because say for and so call court for equity and some at the crop potting a cosie ntia a man a remanded no nipa no walk court inside and so adding some etuja yentien some potia a course war ankasa ewa court war emra na Oliver Agyin Asare anytime we pay nyina
omo be yeden ewa court ene
I said last time omo be PM ewa court no court no okaya police for court na money say
yes.
Investigations are ongoing, and so because of that, they asked that he is remanded into police custody
yes.
As they carry out with investigation. And subsequently, in the PM, so when the case was called, we were expecting to hear from the police at what stage the investigation is.
Okay.
If they are ready with investigation, or maybe then what would have to happen is that they would have to file the bill of indictment for the committal proceedings to take place.
Okay.
In the end, it will be PM when I'm afraid case no. I'm afraid case no. Judges, lawyers need introduce some who you know. One lawyers for Mr. Barker Vormawor. Or more catch a court and say, or more inquiry be on some make it.
Okay.
Now it's a simple question. Mobisa court and say, does it have the power to take decisions that affect the liberty of the accused person?
Okay.
That's the question on the Mobisa court.
Okay.
Because some more arguments, no, very similar to arguments I discussed last time. I Yakutampa we make it this time. I want to Kutampa me PM when a justice swim sign the PM. A very similar argument to making is say, okay, constitution and make it a point. Say when you are arrested, within 48 hours, no, I'll say before a court. Now, much interpretation portions of the constitution. A court means a court of competent jurisdiction.
Yes.
Into my argument, and they say, if the court cannot take a decision that affects the liberty, then why is he being brought to that court? So that is the inquiry I'm making today. So Mubisa court and they say, whether it has our court and whether it has the power to take decisions I be affecting
the liberty.
Say
yes, I am an
Okay.
Okay.
Inti another question na obisai inti emra obisa question and a state prosecutors no so a respond a ASP Sylvester Asare on a prosecutor no.
Okay.
In fact he's actually a DSP now.
He's a
DSP, yeah.
Okay.
He's a lawyer so or a lawyer for that matter.
Okay.
So in his response no point of making is a indictable offense.
Yes.
I will say almost here provided for under Act 13 or so much here what district court will commit out.
Yes.
Inti this is the district court near court of first instance. They can't go anywhere else. Inti anything on my bed or more than bed in court. No.
Okay.
Inti question no be sanity on here because if they have any issues about his liberty or they believe that his rights are being infringed upon, they can go to the High Court, to initiate a human rights action.
Yes.
Or if they want bail, they can make an application at the High Court. Or if they feel that any part of the Constitution requires interpretation, they can go all the way up to the Supreme Court. And that was his response to the inquiry of Mumeki. And at that point in time, a magistrate, she's actually a circuit court judge, but she's sitting as a magistrate at the district court. they called up at this point now BEM to ask lawyers for Mr. Vormawor some questions. Now question na obisa and they say the last time omu raise similar application.
Yes.
No okachi omu say so mo pebela omu ko
The
High Court.
Okay.
Ehonana Barker Vormawor, who was just some 50 meters from the magistrate no.
Now ojina
Box
name.
just some 50 meters, less than 50 meters, very close.
Okay.
And Oka said, I told you that if you want bail, you have to go to the High Court and make an application. Then he responded, we have not asked for bail.
And we Vormawor no.
Vormawor.
Ojina box name no.
Ojina box name no.
In way the lawyers na case.
There be on one kasa. Or see, we have not asked for bail. So it was at that point that the magistrate came in and said that, look, if you have any concerns, you have to speak to her. He said, no, we have not asked for bail. We have not asked for bail. This is a sham.
Hey.
This is a kangaroo court. And I'm not going to glorify it. This is a kangaroo court.
And we Oliver no.
And at that point, the magistrate was still trying to talk. So it's the typical scene of two people arguing.
Yeah, we can we now we are can.
As will be in Ethiopia, they all can make. We see they make. And at that point, his lawyers they were signaling to him to calm down. But still, he kept repeating the same things. This is a kangaroo court. This is a sham. I'm not going to glorify it. We have not come here for bail. This is a sham. That's what he kept repeating. Then the magistrate said, remove him from the court.
And on top of his voice.
On top
right?
of his voice.
Okay.
On top of his voice. So, I mean, at a point, even from where we were sitting, we could actually hear Oliver more than we could even hear the magistrate because Oliver was closer to us. The magistrate was after Oliver.
Okay.
Until at that point, now, police phone. In Tempaso.
And the magistrate they can't munyin in
PMF court. In Tempa.
Police for bear saying
about 3 of them and they approach him. And
now
I'm more than half of the good in Sana. I'm so ni muna muyi PA and then share. Van na and then buy anymore.
Okay. In the over Facebook, I'll be on time on the free court. And then Baba say I van nemono. That video so is here. Ube who said Joseph Kano. Enti omodi onu PA no. Na fe na abase question nankasa substantive question the lawyers ni busa magistrate no. Say at this point, until this point, a magistrate ni anu meboa.
At this point, now on responding to inquiry, okay. He was just as part of the process of arriving at a decision. No bisa questions no. Nte hona na Vormawor ebem. Nte at that point omu yi ni fi court for the chair. Hona na afi opposite to write a ruling or deliver a ruling or respond say as you indicated the last time.
Yes.
This is the court of first instance for indictable offense. It's allowed under the rules that the person is charged here. She has the power to remand that person. Yes. She has already explained that if you want bail, you should go to the High Court. Yeah.
In the Siciano, was so amano
or remanded into custody of the police bureau
for
2 weeks until assembly were back in court on the 15th of March.
By which time you expect the police for your investigations.
In fact, after our grant remand, Okache police say they should speed up investigations so that she can wash her hands of this matter.
Of this matter.
Because it's simply the indictment that she's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And
now,
so
the substantive issue no be Supreme Court.
Be High Court. That's if the district court comes to the conclusion that they should be committed to stand trial.
They should
at the High Court.
Okay. And that is where we are for now. Now, idea ultimately lawyer for the incomo ebusai why over the past 2 weeks. No more was our window to go to the High Court to seek for a bail for my client. No, I didn't know
we've not been able to speak to them. In fact, they declined an interview. We had requested, but they declined an interview. But after first proceedings, no application High Court tema habeas corpus application court no and granted. In fact, the necrampo no judge magistrate make reference to this particular issue because no okase time mobile and me catch them say mo pe bail mo go High Court.
Yes.
Instead mo go file a processor. She doesn't believe it was going to achieve what they actually wanted, and so if they think they still need a bail, they should go to the High Court.
Go to the High Court. Wow. And the year can say Oliver Vormawor is going back into police custody at least for the next 2 weeks.
Yes.
Send a lawyer for the High Court and ask Monko.
And ask Monko and say Obesan or SaGA court.
Now and the Oba court no na the demeanor to say
and then his demeanor was quite different from the other time.
Okay.
So the other time Oba he was very calm. very, very calm. I mean, nani team fu kakrani at the end of the day, we try the team no cry. Yeah, but in terms of the demeanor, last time no sifi van him. The only thing he did was to lift his hands and on anti ekoshe ekotini. And then the van him na in terms no Oman is to say you know or started to arise Ghana youth for the country and or to enjoy from van him. Ediko ra court him, ra box him.
O ra box him, not to
not to enjoy.
Na magistrate net ho.
No onyam by.
Okay.
Nti hono police for the cry esan catch any say on jai.
And na otonyom will be
loud. Otona loud. In fact, time o PA na or pajan is start so to. Nkofo na amabe better ni chi o.
Yeah, omo nyina to bi.
Omo so ndum nim. Nti omo to ya no ankasa to ya de go inside. And say omo catch any say on jai. Afia ko jina adaka nim so no. Not on share face mask no.
Okay.
It's a police man. A catch and say on share mask. So there was a bit of a back and forth between him and the policeman. And a police or catch a policeman and say handcuff ne gun insano. Obviously they share mask no. And I'm catch and say on share. So there was still a bit of a back and forth. But eventually time we handcuff ne fin insano or share mask no.
Oh, okay.
In terms of the last time he seemed very pensive, like Obi or dream be very calm.
Yeah.
But this time around,
and then no hyper crap,
energetic, singing, and I mean, like what we saw eventually, exchanging words with the magistrate.
With the magistrate. Now, Osha timer, magistrate ne order say omunyin in free court or no, or can a buffour, na magistrate no agitated and
a bit because.
And magistrate Oba
Eliano Butchie, yeah, Oba, she's a lady. It was a bit of she was a bit agitated because like it was a back and forth.
Yeah.
So when he said we have not asked for bail, no, she was pointing out that if you have any concerns, speak to your lawyer, or you feel that you know something that they do not know, speak to your lawyer for them to speak to me.
Yes.
Then he came in. So at that point, it appeared, like I said, Obi Kasana, like they make a chonunti, and I will can't open. So she was like, if you don't stop, I'll have to remove you from the court. If you don't, but he was still talking. So she just kind of told the lawyers that they should tell him. Then still the lawyers were telling him to calm down. It wasn't working. Then she said, remove him from there.
Because time na Oliver Kasano, and the time na handcuff ni ngunen.
Debbie, and the time na ngunen.
Mannerism is not the same. Like when also a buffo na on the sabo table. So
one fan is on both tables. So, but he was speaking on top of his voice and pointing down sometimes that this is a sham. Then he said, "This is a sham. This is a sham. I'm not going to glorify this. This is a kangaroo court."
Wow. Okay, it is the train the 15th of March. By which time we expect say one, police for every year on investigations. 2, within this period, no, and the lawyers are minded on bet me Acquah High Court.
Okay, for said Oliver Vormawor case no ekusi any. Minim wadwen kyerɛ deɛ onso betimi de wadwen kyerɛ aba afade akoso yi. Yenya abotre na yendi emra no so sɛ de emra ne ka no. Ukọ court na ukọ ma lawyer bukufu judge bukufu mebrebe saa na minim eye na kodi ekura ne de enye se etu ana ase kan yo na emum ne nim de bi ode ye adwuma de etmetete ye no na che se oye obi ko ye lawyer that's when mumra no ena onim de oye nti ye de besi ho na ya hwe the days ahead no ne ehun kwan be fa so migiri se bi enu 2 weeks no na eye a police for investigations or mo ye ne ade nyina aba besi na yehunu asem no pomasi bre bedi de ekuonaba boate obetimi le wadwen kire aba obetimi subscribe to your channel no say the be the video to ansa bekanti uwi aya share ne mi adoma no so video no beto ho ana wonso watimi ahunya bi na wonso ahwe afenso fa comment so gu video na se ye check eye page no so yehunu say nipa o ma subscribe to your channel no 51.8%, 48.2 and subscribe obetimi subscribe na so abeka 51.8 no ho ana afenso ye check geographical no location no enipa o ma subscribe no mo kan abusuyen ho US ne din kan UK ne toso Germany ne toso Ghana ba ansa na Italy aba bebi a wono so betimi subscribe na wafi wa share na do comment nso gu video na se like page no na afi wa mi adoma no so video no beto wa na so nya bi ahwe medase